Welcome back to World Class Retrospective, episode number 76. I am your host, Austin Skinner, and with me today, the incomparable Bob Colling Jr. And in a slightly different type of Star Wars event, WCCW presents a special live show from Fort Worth on Monday, July 4th, Independence Day, 1983. In front of over 12,000 fans, our main event will see the Fabulous Freebirds taking on the Von Erichs in a knockdown, drag out, best 2 out of 3 falls, 6-man tag team match. Plus, Bruiser Brody returns to Fort Worth in a singles match against the Ugandan Giant Kamala, and much more. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. It is Friday. That means it's another edition of World Class Retrospective. As I mentioned at the top, we are covering the Independence Day Star Wars from Fort Worth, Texas in 1983. Bob, how have you been?
I have been absolutely splendid, marvelous. I'm blessed to have gotten my option picked up to be back here for Independence Day 1983. Kamala, Bruiser Brody.
The much
Remember,
anticipated match. Remember we were
I,
talking about?
I remember looking forward to. I was like, that has to be a match. That's going to happen. And of course, now here we are.
Right.
And then the Von Erichs, of course, around the peak time of their popularity.
Yes.
Should be a grand old time here.
Yeah, usually, I mean, the last couple of weeks that we've been watching on World Class Retrospective, the booking has been very tricky with the Freebirds Von Erichs because obviously they don't want to give away Freebirds Von Erichs on TV. So we've been getting kind of strange bedfellows partners the last couple of weeks. So it'll be like two Von Erichs and then Iceman King Parsons versus two Freebirds and then like the Mongol or something like that. So they've kind of been swapping in these different guys, kind of keeping a cast of characters around to avoid continuing to give away that tried and true Freebirds Von Erichs match. But we are getting it here, and we're getting a 2 out of 3 falls. So that should be pretty good. And as we mentioned, I mean, Kamala and Bruiser Brody, they've been building up Kamala for months at this point. And this is kind of that clash, the clash of the Titans, if you will. So yeah, we have those to look forward to, amongst others. Now, as I was talking to Bob off air, unfortunately, most of this card is lost to time. And this is something we've seen many a time with Fort Worth tapes. As I've mentioned before, I'm thinking it's more or less they're just using the tapes and taping over the footage. Because I'm assuming they see the Sportatorium footage as the more valuable between the two. So I think it's just a cost cutting thing. And I think it's just a lack of maybe long sightedness that they're just kind of saying, look, we'll give you some of the Fort Worth stuff, but most of it's getting taped over. So with that said, Bob, shall we go over the card and see basically what we're going to be missing for this event?
I mean, I suppose we should. Hopefully, it doesn't make me too depressed
I
for the two
don't
matches that we can see.
I don't think it'll be too bad here. Now, originally, as it's been reported on several sites across the web, this was an 8-match card. And apparently, this is kind of what was going on at the time. So to open us up, it was a singles match. Wild Bill Irwin versus Gentleman Chris Adams. Cut from the taping here. Next up was Johnny Mantell versus the Mongol. Third match, Mil Mascaras versus Rip Rogers, which Mil Mascaras is a huge name, and we haven't seen him on world-class television at all in the last 2 years. So I'm relatively surprised that that's unavailable, especially with that name guy. You'd think they'd want to make some money with that footage. So that might exist somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Fourth up, Chavo Guerrero versus Buddy Roberts, who is part of the Freebirds. We had a lights out singles match, Michael Hayes versus Iceman King Parsons, and no doubt it's lights out because we didn't even freaking get to watch it. Our sixth match, of course, we do have footage of Bruiser Brody versus Kamala, singles action. Seventh up would have been a singles match for the vacant NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship, David Von Erich versus gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And in our main event, footage we do have 2 out of 3 falls, 6-man tag team match for the WCCW 6-man tag team championship. Kevin, Kerry, and David Von Erich versus Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, and Terry Gordy. So that would be our 8-match card. Again, Bob, I don't think we're missing a whole lot because a lot of it sounds like kind of run-of-the-mill world-class weekly television matches. But I think the ones that stand out most to me is maybe Buddy Roberts being in a singles match, so he's pulling double duty tonight. Michael Hayes, Iceman King Parsons in a lights out match. I mean, that should have been a huge featured match. Again, another Freebird pulling double duty. And no footage of the Mil Mascaras match, which is very interesting. But yeah, that would have been supposedly the card that the Fort Worth Arena would have been getting.
So I'm a bit bummed about Chris Adams not being shown because I do like Chris Adams.
Sure, he and Wild Bill probably had a nice little opening bout. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then from what I can remember for the last time I was on the show, I feel like Buddy Roberts was supposed to get his hair shaved.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
or yeah, one of them, either him or Parsons, I can't remember.
Yeah, so if you
So
remember, that was the weird finish where technically Iceman King Parsons was pinned, rolled up
right,
with the tights, and Buddy Roberts ends up getting the cream on his head.
right. So by the nature of the angle with the cream, he should be bald.
Yeah, Iceman King Parsons should be bald.
No, but even Buddy, right? Because
Oh
the
yeah,
cream
oh
is
yeah.
supposed to make your hair
Well,
fall
here's the
out.
thing. Here's the thing. Buddy Roberts has been wearing headgear with what he is claiming not to be a wig underneath. But it's awfully funny that the hair changes color and
Okay.
the headgear sometimes make people lose immediately after they're headbutted with it.
Oh,
So there's kind of some weird chancery with the headgear and whether or not Buddy Roberts is actually bald. He claims no, but unless he's got a great hairdresser on speed dial every week, um, I tend to not believe him, and I don't think the world class fans do either because they chant Baldy at him every week.
right. So I'm gonna see this, right? Like I'm gonna see this whole gimmick.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll be seeing it. But before we get into the show, Bob, I know last time we spoke, you were watching some 1984 WWF.
Yeah.
Now, over the course of the history of this channel, every once in a while, and it's surprising when it happens, but every once in a while we get a mention of something that might be going on in the WWF or with WWF stars. And
Okay.
it hasn't happened in a little while, but going into the end of 83, into 84, I'm sure that we're really going to start hearing a lot more about the WWF every here and there because World Class doesn't really shy away from it. On the other hand, from what you're watching, is the WWF ever mentioning anything from any other promotion or any other star or anything else that's going on in the world of wrestling? I was curious to ask you that.
So what I'm watching, like I'm not watching their week to week
Sure.
TVs. I'm watching the Madison Square Garden, Boston Gardens, Spectrum, and soon Toronto uh, Maple Leaf Garden shows.
Yeah.
So I don't no. So they're not really referencing anything outside of that.
Gotcha.
They will be maybe very vague and be like, oh, I just got into 1985 right now
Yeah.
for the shows that I have to watch. But let's say like Junkyard Dog, right? They're not going to be like, oh, this guy is very
Fresh off a
popular with
run in Louisiana.
well, they might say something like that. But they're not going to say like Mid South Wrestling.
Sure, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so they might be like, what's a good example? Um, well, like the Freebirds.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. You know, they
Yeah.
end up coming in for like a month,
Yep.
and the audience knows who they are,
Sure.
but on commentary, there's not like, oh, these guys are from World Class. You know, it'll be like a statement more of, oh, the Freebirds. You know, they've made a state. You know, they've gone through the South,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they've made their way up here to New York or whatever to try their hand with the competition here. There wouldn't be a specific promotion.
Interesting. Yeah, I was curious because I mean on commentary already we've had mentions of Hulk Hogan, a couple of different guys here and there, but yeah, I was curious to see how they kind of handled that this early on into because I mean we're pre Monday Night Wars or like bitter. I mean, there's still territories. So we're pre a lot of that
Yeah,
bad blood. I was wondering if, they were a little bit more open with the purse, if you will, when it came
yeah,
to
no,
mentioning things.
they're pretty. I mean, they we're not. You know, they're in that era. They are very much using the names that are being used in the territory. So, like Kamala, for instance, when he arrived in '84,
Yeah,
um, it's kind of the same idea. It was,
gotcha.
he came out of like, oh, this mysterious creature.
Yeah,
You know, they wouldn't be like, oh, he had these bloodbaths or whatever. I don't know,
yeah,
with Bruiser Brody.
sure,
You know,
sure.
by comparison, I mean, so it's funny because like I have watched Zero World Class
Yeah,
TV.
right.
I've seen some, Flair Von Erich stuff, but I, comparing it to like, let's say, Global Wrestling Federation
Yeah.
in 91, 92, which is ironically Texas, they would have a segment where they would acknowledge the World Wrestling Federation
Hmm.
or WCW. They would have like a whole segment where they're like, oh, this is what's going on in other parts of the
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
So it's something they kind of took from, I guess, maybe what World Class was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more sense of it's wrestling, not territory wrestling. Like they just see it as I guess maybe because their door is so open. You'll get guys from Mid South, you'll get guys from, uh, you know, Atlantic, you'll get guys from all these different guys. And yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem so kind of stifled. So I was curious about that, but I'm glad to hear that you're pushing on through the 80s. And again, we're not too far off. I mean, 83 and 85, you're at the start of 85. We're going into the tail end of 83. So not too far off here. And I just, it's such an interesting time, especially here, because once 84 rolls around, the landscape of wrestling changes. We get more of a push for global wrestling rather than regional wrestling. And, things just drastic money changes as far as what guys are making. Television changes. So there's a lot coming on the horizon. And I am glad that you're seeing both sides of the coin. I think it's kind of a unique perspective in that sense.
Well, and there was an instance too here because I got really into 84 and 85 where I bought the Observer collections,
Yeah.
uh, the physical print of it. And it was interesting in one of the months that was published, and maybe it ties in here with World Class. Maybe you'll see what I'm about to say. And Meltzer was like, there is debate among some wrestlers here where should they make more money potentially for a shorter term staying in a territory where they're a main event guy. And I think this was more I think like an example was B. Brian Blair in Florida.
Sure.
He could
Sure.
make, probably substantially more money shorter term for Florida because of how the business is going.
Higher up the card, even.
Yeah, right. Or should he make the jump to the World Wrestling Federation, which is going more globally, but he
Right.
may make less money, but have a spot on the card for a longer period of time.
Right. Right.
So it was like, which one do you do? Do you make that jump, or do you wait when you don't have that leverage really of being like, oh, now that my territory's out,
Yeah.
I only place can go here, but now they can just give me nothing because like I
Right.
have nothing to go off of.
Right.
So I'm curious as to for like world class how that maybe plays a part because when I get from what I was seeing in the house shows, like when Kamala and all these guys come in, I wonder what potential context is there. Are they trying to get that jump before maybe not necessarily world class, but other territories were to
Right.
shit the bed.
Right. And I think that's a good point to be made because I think the business goes from a handshake model to a paper model. And world class is one of the ones that holds out maybe the longest. But I guess it's inevitable that once that change is made and once that, WrestleMania 1 rolls around, dominoes fall rather quickly. And really, as we talked about, one of world class's biggest downfalls is well before that, as several of their top stars tragically pass away. And not only that, as we've both me and you have seen, Bob, thus far, the NWA keeping the NWA World Championship away from other promotions that aren't their home base. In this case, World Class. Every Von Erich will get really close, and then something happens. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but that's definitely one of them. Do you want the longevity of a giant corporation? You want to be a cog in the wheel? Or do you want to roll the dice and stick with this promotion where it's kind of on faulty legs at this point and probably going to be steamrolled by the Giant at some point? So, yeah, again, I just think we're at a very unique time as viewers, as well as you, who is a adamant reviewer of wrestling, to kind of have that yin and yang of both of it is kind of nice. As I mentioned, this is kind of a different Star Wars event, as it was not promoted at all on weekly television. This kind of popped up out of nowhere, and I didn't even really know about it until I stumbled on this footage. So it seemed to be more so something special that World Class had maybe put on for the local market to enjoy on Independence Day. And that's something that, World Class would do often. Hey, there's nothing going on this day in town. Let's run a special holiday Star Wars and get some local market to come in when they have nothing else to do. So that's kind of where we're at with this one, which makes sense, maybe why the footage is so hit or miss. As I was able to find these two matches on YouTube. So the quality's not great as well, unfortunately. But that's kind of a little bit of the backstory here. So if you've been watching weekly World Class Retrospective and you're like, hey, where did this Star Wars come from? I don't really know, but it's here. And like I said, I think it was more or less just something to throw on a holiday date that they were able to pull together. So that's the long and short of it, Bob. Shall we get into our matches for the evening?
I suppose so. You might as well.
Awesome. So, according to what we have, again, we'll be basically skipping down the card to the sixth match of the evening. So, our first viewing here tonight will be that big special attraction singles match between Bruiser Brody and the Ugandan Giant Kamala. Bob, do you have your YouTube machine loaded?
I do. I'm all set, ready to go.
All right, guys. So if you do plan on watching this along with us at some point, again, we are referring to our friend Larry's Classic Sports, always on over on YouTube. He's always got something unique for us to stumble upon. And the title of this Kamala Bruiser Brody video is WCCW 1983 07 04 83 Kamala versus Bruiser Brody Fort Worth. And it's got 75,000 views as of this recording. So let's see if it's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and count us down. And then, Bob, we are going to hit play. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So we'll play it in 3, 2, 1, play. So as you'll notice here, Bob, I feel like our VCR rip of this tape is not great quality.
No, there might be some mold on the tape.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. But a pretty good crowd. I mean, look at this. Here comes Bruiser Brody.
You know what's really funny about this video quality is like I almost prefer it this way.
It gives it a ruggedness, right? Like, oh, these two
Yeah.
monsters are about to do battle, and it's on this old shitty VHS tape.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want this like in 4K.
Sure. It might take away some of the mystique of it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
This is making me feel like I need to get my eyes checked.
Right. So here we go here, the clash of the Giants. Of course, the fans love Brody.
Bruiser Brody. Is that his nickname, or are they just calling him a superstar?
Yeah, I think they're just throwing out like, oh, this guy's a big deal. He's getting his shit rocked here to start us, though.
Kamala never before defeated, a cannibalistic, uncivilized beast from the jungle.
Seeing these guys go at it is so cool.
So Kamala he's a cannibal, is what they're
They've mentioned it a couple times on commentary that he's got these cannibalistic tribal tendencies, but they've never
bitten anybody.
No, has he bitten anybody? Yes, he has bitten people.
Okay, but he's not like actively trying to eat it.
And they haven't showed video, or anything crazy. No, it's something to add on top, I guess. He might even bite Bruiser Brody in this match. I can't remember.
I'm sure he does. I mean, I feel like at minimum that's what heels do anyway. But
yeah.
I feel like I don't really remember in the World Wrestling Federation, and this is more so like '92.
Sure.
if they were like, oh, he's a cannibal.
I don't think so. I think
that approach.
I don't know if any other territory promoted him as that even. I don't know if like in Mid-South they're calling him that. I'm not sure.
I wonder if Memphis would.
Oh, maybe Memphis. Yeah, maybe Memphis. Yeah. And he would have been coming from Memphis before Texas. So.
Right.
Oh, see, so Kamala just licked his hand because Brody's bleeding. That was said by Bill Mercer on commentary. I'll tell you what, Kamala's beating the hell out of Bruiser Brody here.
Yeah, so it looks like the cannibal aspect is not him like eating their skin. It looks like he prefers to get them bloody and he'll just lick the blood.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Which we're in '83, so in about a handful of years, when there's the crisis with AIDS and stuff like that,
yeah,
it'd be substantially more risky, for Kamala to do that.
Maybe that's why by '92 Kamala does not eat people anymore.
No, he's slapping his belly and
yeah. Bruiser finally getting some punches back in here. I feel like Brody's had almost no offense at all.
I'm surprised Brody's bleeding. He was just getting punched, right? There wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything major that happened.
Interesting.
Kamala hasn't gone down yet. He's taking two big boots here. There you go. There's a third. Now, Friday and Skandor Akbar, of course, Bob, are in the corner of Kamala here.
Brody going to the top.
There you go. Axe handle drops the big man. The crowd pops huge. Half of them just stood up.
I guess people in Texas don't like cannibals.
No, I don't think they do. That's funny. Kamala takes back over and all the audience sits back down.
Sits right back down. Yeah.
Oh, we got a ref bump.
Oh, that's a DQ. In New York, that's a cheap DQ.
Well, he might be letting it go
The
here.
ref's already up. The ref's already up.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, okay. Oh, and he got hit again.
Yeah.
David, just ring the bell. Oh, God, another ref. Bruiser is leaking blood right now.
Oh, Bronco Lubitsch just got pushed down. Damn it.
Oh, I think I hear the bell.
Yeah. Yeah. Things have gotten out of control here. Who the hell is this? Oh, the wrestlers are loading out from the back. Chris Adams just got pushed through the. Yeah. I think Johnny Mantel's the guy in the tan slacks here. Oh, well, there he goes.
I love how they're all wearing pants but not shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Here we go. We got some more here. There's Wild Bill Irwin pulling Bruiser Brody away from Kamala here.
Bruiser Brody uncontrollable. Kamala uncontrollable. And now he knocks Johnny Mantel.
They are not giving it up, Bob.
What's it gonna take?
The crowd's loving it still, though. They don't even care that the bells rang.
They went barely 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
I don't even know if they went even 5. They might have gone less.
Yeah, I would say 5 minutes is probably close.
It's almost like Bruiser and Kamala are now teaming up to not only beat themselves up, but to beat up the entire locker room.
You're like, oh, they're not going to keep us apart, so let's kill them first, and then we'll kill each other.
Yeah.
And I think, oh, no, they're still in there hitting it together.
Right, but then they're going to, like, turn around, and then Bruiser's going to be like, yeah, see, there you go, big boot to whoever that was.
Right.
And Kamala's fighting off reps, and then he'll deck him again. The crowd is loving this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would have thought that Bruiser Brody just won the NWA World title.
He might as well have. Getting the better of Kamala. Kamala's out on the floor here.
They're still trying to restrain Bruiser Brody. The bout is over.
Oh, Friday's down. Damn it.
He's selling more than the referee did the first time.
That's right, dude.
Taking care of everybody.
Referee David Mann is disqualified. Both wrestlers disqualified.
Double DQ.
Yeah.
No contest.
Right.
And then this is where they go, there's going to be a rematch, but it's going to be Christmas Day.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it's at like Thanksgiving or Star Wars or something. A little bit closer. Brody's getting a chair in the ring. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oof.
Oh my God. How did...
Just blasted Friday with it.
He's getting carried out, and he's just like, I'm going to hit you over the back, over the chair. He had zero interaction with him. Like,
no warning. Probably was very surprised to feel that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But again, fans loved it. They don't care there was no finish. They were cheering their ass off for Brody here.
Brody with that chair. The crowd on his feet. A wild, scary, and indescribable situation. Here comes Bruiser.
Yeah, Bruiser.
That's right.
See, now if I was Fritz, I know I have, however many sons. They're, pretty good in terms of getting crowd reaction. But I might be inclined to think that maybe Bruiser should be top of the card.
Well, and that's the whole thing. I mean, I think he would be more so if he didn't value his Japanese bookings over his world-class bookings. And I think the way it breaks down, Bob, is Brody would be doing world-class bookings when he was home. So off tour from All Japan, sitting home, might as well just do a hop, skip, and a jump down to the Sportatorium and work world-class. I think at one point Bruiser was trying to buy into the office, but several years down the road from this. But again, he tragically was killed in 1988. So I think a future Brody world class partnership maybe would have grown a little bit. But again, when it came to USA bookings over Japan bookings, Brody chose Japan any chance he could because the money was so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I think that's the only thing that probably held him back from being booked at a more predominant, maybe title carrying position in world class.
well, then if I'm Fritz, I would go to all my kids and be like, "Hey, listen, maybe you guys need to sacrifice your salaries for a bit.
Sure,
That way we can make more money with Bruiser."
sure. I think the problem more so is the fact that Fritz was taking home a lot of the money,
Well,
and
there's that, right? Yeah.
there's no wonder he had a compound on Lake Dallas, and then a heck of a lot of land. Let's put it that way. But that's every promoter back then. You look at all the promoters; they got mansions and land and horse stables, and that was kind of the name of the game on the handshake deal, like we were talking about before.
Right.
But yeah, that's our first match we have here on Independence Day Star Wars, if you will. Bob, what do you think I gave that whole segment star rating wise? Because really, again, the match, like we talked about, was maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah. So as for a match, I mean, there's nothing really there.
Sure.
Uh, a segment, though, I mean, it's a pretty good pull apart. I still find myself inclined to be like, okay, I'll see what's going to happen, presumably when there's a second bout.
Right.
So from a segment perspective, I mean, I'd probably go at 2.25, 2.5.
Okay.
Roughly,
So yeah, I mean, based on crowd reaction and
yeah.
essentially a continuation of this storyline, because again, you're painted into a corner. You got two guys who really can't lose fighting each other. I ended up giving this segment 2 stars.
Okay.
Again, not much of a match to talk about, but as an overall presentation, we get blood, we get chairs, we get chaos, we get a pull apart,
Right.
and the fans are loving it. So yeah, that's kind of where I landed, and it seems like we're pretty much on the same wavelength
You
there.
are a tough critic. I thought I was a tough critic, but you're a tough critic.
Well, but sometimes no, Bob. Sometimes I'm giving out 3.5, 4 stars, and you're like, dude, that was 2.5 stars.
No,
What are you talking
I
about?
mean there was one match I feel like on the last show that we were watching where I was like, oh, that was pretty good, and then you ranked it lower than a match that I thought like sucked, and I was like, I'm confused.
I think I almost think that you value finishes quite a bit.
While finishes are tough to shockingly properly execute, when it really should just be a
Yeah,
clean finish. Clean
right,
finishes can do really no harm. The harm is when you try to get cute with it.
right.
And then people are like, why did you do that? You're better off just having the person lose and then get their heat back
Yeah,
after the fact.
yeah,
But a lot of times that's not how it works.
yeah. So I think that's maybe where it is. But even thinking back to International Star Wars, the last one you joined me for, I think if I'm thinking correctly, I gave, with the context, I gave Buddy Roberts, Iceman King Parsons a higher star than you did, the hair versus hair match. And I think one of your biggest gripes, and rightfully so, because it was one of mine too, was the convoluted finish of if you're going to just have Buddy Roberts win, have him win. If the whole goal at the end of the day though is to have Buddy Roberts head shaved, let Iceman King Parsons pin him.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, because Buddy wins the match,
Yeah,
which would make Parsons have to go bald. But
right.
if you are going to use the shampoo or whatever it is on Buddy anyway,
Just pin him.
and I get the heat aspect, like, oh, ha
Sure.
ha ha, it happened, but I feel like Parsons winning
Yeah.
would supersede the like, haha, he got it on him anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. So
No, I agree. I agree. So, yeah, that's where I landed here with this one. I'm glad you weren't turned away like, oh, no finish. I don't even care about these guys anymore.
no. So like for me, okay, I'll give you an example from the WWF, right? So there has been probably close to maybe a handful of matches I've seen between Snuka and Roddy Piper.
Sure.
And in the early stages of it, you expect the count out, the DQ, whatever. That's the WWE formula. Usually they revisit, like the Hogan formula is, he'll fight a guy. Hogan will lose by DQ or something.
Right.
And then, then there's like a double count out or whatever. And then there's the finish.
Right.
There's the decisive on the third time. Well, with Piper and Snuka, which is what I was anticipating. I was anticipating at the end, for spoiler alert here, if anybody goes back and watches any of this, for Snuka to like prevail and get that big monumental,
the baby face,
the big win,
right,
in any of the markets, whether it's New York, Philly, Boston, whatever the case is.
Sure.
Well, unfortunately, that never happens. Every match that I have seen has either been a double count out, DQ, whatever, and then it goes into Snuka usually winning by count out or disqualified or whatever, and then like a schmaz. Like, but the thing too is, like, Piper doesn't beat Snuka,
right?
It's just like DQs.
So it's staying here. There's nothing.
There's no blow off, which is like, what? So like right now I'm at like a June 85 Madison Square Garden show. And in April, Hogan fought Don Morocco, and I think Morocco won by disqualification. So now,
wow,
there was a show in May that I didn't have to watch because it had already been reviewed by someone else for WrestlingRecaps.com. So in June, which is where I'm at, they have a steel cage match. And guess what's going to probably, I haven't seen it yet because I'm not done with the show yet, but a steel cage is usually a decisive winner.
Yeah, that's the blow-off match.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Hulk Hogan in 85 or anytime in the early 80s, Don Morocco's not winning that match. So
no.
There's a decisive win.
Yeah.
To kind of blow off the 3-month angle.
Yeah.
So to speak, I guess. So, yeah, finishes are very, very important. But, in the 80s here, I've been programmed to understand that, the first encounter is not going to typically have a decisive win, especially if it's between two major names.
Right.
So you're going to get your DQ, count out, whatever. And then really anything after that, so like the next month or something, maybe anticipate some kind of finish.
It very well could be. I mean, easily world class here, again, with a non-promoted Star Wars, just kind of for the local market. They could have easily had Bruiser Brody win this one somehow. You know what I mean? And no harm, no foul. Like, we'll just kind of move on to the next thing.
Well, and for me, and obviously this is well before what I'm about to reference here, but I don't believe in clean finishes hurt the person that's losing. And then one of my prime examples is like mixed martial arts. Conor McGregor went literally years, without winning a fight. But people would continually want to see him fight.
Right.
It's all about how you...
It's context. What is the context?
Yeah, but it's all about how you can like repurpose someone.
Yeah.
Like, this person lost to this person doesn't mean that I can never build them back up again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So give them a couple of wins under the belt and they're right back to being beloved. Like, it's not usually a complicated process.
I think that works for the most part. I think a character like Kamala, once you beat Kamala, it's hard to be like, where do you go?
I'm in my fantasy booking, I've always been a heel guy.
Right.
I will the most clear moment where a babyface should win, I'll be like, but I can do something worse. Right. So like with you saying that, let's say Kamala were to have lost this match.
Sure.
Right. And in your argument, it's like, oh, well, now he lost. So what can you do? I would say, and again, I don't have any context. I have not watched the television.
Right.
But what is stopping the booker from the next show on TV or something? Yeah, Kamala lost to Bruiser Brody, but let's say he he just bloodies one of the Von Erichs up. Past the point of like, oh, this is a beatdown. Because I'm sure in this era, just like how you could in Memphis or anywhere else, you could get that moment where the fans are like, oh my God, this guy's going to be killed.
Right. Right.
And then you immediately, just like that, yeah, he lost to Bruiser, but the Von Erichs haven't beaten him. We
Right.
love the Von Erichs.
Right.
This Kamala guy is still terrifying.
Right.
And like, and some viewer will see Bruiser Brody as being above from the Von Erichs. They're gonna be like, well, of course Bruiser could do it because it's Bruiser.
Right.
But I don't know if like, can Kevin,
Right.
can David, like these guys are just clean cut Texas boys
Right.
with this giant from the seas or from the whatever, the jungle.
Right.
So
No,
I
that
think
makes
there's still
sense.
value in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know if bookers in the 80s were that motivated to do stuff like that, but
No,
yeah.
I think what they would get that one blow off and then cycle them through. They wouldn't be like, oh, let me just
Yeah.
recycle. They'd be like, if Kamala had lost here, then Kamala would probably be like, oh, yeah, see you guys. I'm going to Florida for 4 months.
Yeah. 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 You know, they'll use them and they'll wring them dry and then it's on to the next place kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, no harm, no foul here. It was fun. 2 stars. Nothing offensive. And essentially what you expect with a Bruiser Brody versus Kamala match. It's a brawl. We ain't getting step through toe hold.
Yeah.
So moving right along here, we will go to our main event of said evening. Again, that was our 2 out of 3 falls 6-man tag team match for the WCCW 6-man tag team championship. The Von Erichs versus the Fabulous Freebirds. And Bob, if anything defines world-class championship wrestling, it's this feud. It's the feud that people still talk about to this day. And really, probably one of the reasons World Class is still circulated to this day. It's definitely the linchpin of the movie that they recently put out. It's just one of those classic feuds that ignited this territory and kind of jumped onto the radar in the wrestling world. And I think that's why it's still talked about today. So we will be treated to this next video. Again, guys, this is going to be on YouTube as well. And once again, we can thank Larry's Classic Sports for the upload. Title of the video is WCCW 1983 07-04-83. Kerry, Kevin, and David Von Erich versus Freebirds, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, and M. Hayes. So that's your title to look for if you are going to be watching along with us. This video goes about 32 minutes. Bob, are you ready to strap in for some 6-man tag team action?
I am, and there better be a clean finish to this.
I can't promise that, but we will we will jump into this nonetheless. I'll count us down. We will start in 3, 2, 1, play.
Wrestling Star Wars at the Convention Center Monday night, as you well know.
So we're seeing Mark Lawrence here. This is our ring announcer, Bob. He did start out as the commentator, but then Bill Mercer took over. So Mark Lawrence is all over programming here in World Class, but right now he's our ring announcer.
So he got like demoted.
Yeah, kind of.
Very appropriate going into this big wrestling Star Wars bout. So our television main event comes to you early tonight. We're going to see this big bout.
And it seems like he's just kind of doing an intro here for this. Looks like we're getting full entrances, Bob.
Which is fine by me. Georgia. Oh wait, copyright music. I don't want him to sing.
That's hilarious that's what the Freebirds are coming out to here. I'm sure they're going to be waving the stars and bars when they come out. No doubt about it.
So like
it's like sleep music. That's
Yeah.
why it's funny that they're coming out to this.
interesting.
They're getting the full Monty here. They're playing the whole intro. I could see why the fans would get pissed off, like, oh, God. How cool is it though to have these entrances in this videotape copy? It's like WWE would have those cut out.
Oh, of course. They might on a WWE version, they might already be wrestling.
Yeah, you join halfway through the match. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now if I'm not mistaken, that trophy that they just carried in represents the six-man championship right now. They do move to belts eventually, but I think the trophy is what's representing the title at this point. It's like the whole, yeah, with the blonde wig underneath.
Now, is it an actual wig, or is
Yeah.
it just his hair and he's pretending that it's...
No, it's a wig. His hair wouldn't have grown in that quick. All right, here we go. The Home Depot theme music.
Oh, there.
They get just so mobbed, they can't even get to the ring.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Just from having really the name Von Erich.
Oh, you're over.
You're over.
Yeah, you're over. Don't forget, Dave was playing a heel in Florida last year, getting booed.
Right.
The most prestigious titles in the world, the six-man world tag team title. Best 2 out of 3 falls, 60-minute time limit.
That's 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I could see a crazy instance where it's like there's 0 pins, and it's just like count out, DQ.
Yeah, or like something silly where Buddy Roberts does a step through toe hold in the midst of chaos, and in the chaos somebody taps out or something like that. Like no way it's one man in there with another man and we get a decisive fall. No way.
And the Freebirds are the champs right now?
No, the yes, I'm sorry, the Freebirds are. The Von Erichs are challenging.
This is it. The title that we've been waiting for now for several weeks.
And that's really based on Christmas Star Wars 1982. Remember, that's where the Freebirds kind of turn bad guy in the main event, where Terry Gordy smashes the cage on Kerry Von Erich. But prior to that, in the middle of that card, Dave was subbing in for Buddy Roberts, and David Von Erich and the 2 other Freebirds won the 6-man titles together. Well, out of good faith, Dave relinquished the belt to Buddy Roberts, and then lo and behold, the Freebirds turn heel at the end of the show. So technically, the original 3 winners of the 6-man title trophy was David Von Erich, Michael Hayes, and Terry Gordy.
That makes sense. Now, that was David that I just looked at?
Dave is in the blue.
The blue? Yeah.
The
so
blue.
He is not a heartthrob, right?
No. Dave is just an awkward body build. Facially not as attractive as his other brothers.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Which I think is why he's dinged so much in the eyes of the NWA, and maybe why he wasn't pushed quicker than he was. Because he just didn't have those same tools, but in the ring and on the mic, he's great.
Yeah, like it's just like any boy band. There's always that one ugly guy.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Right.
To his other members. And that's what David is.
Although Mike Von Erich's not the most attractive looking guy either. So,
So it's really what? Kevin and Kerry that are like...
They would be, I would think, considered universally the most attractive of the 2 Von Erichs, with Kerry probably edging out his brother, I would think.
losing of Hayes, and now Michael Hayes is complaining.
The hair pull.
That's
Something
right.
that Buddy Roberts cannot complain about it because his hair is
Well,
fake.
well, we don't know that. He says it's not a wig, Bob.
Referee stands into the side headlock again. Kerry trying
Yeah,
to
you know
come
what?
out from
He
under.
doesn't seem like the type that would lie.
He seems very trustworthy.
Yeah, I think that he'd be on the up and up on that.
Something about Michael Hayes' face, and I don't know what it is, but I'm always reminded of like a Dr. Seuss character.
Outside by Kerry, but now thrown away.
Like he could be in Whoville, maybe.
Michael Hayes.
Hmm.
And Hayes
But I don't know what it is.
there. Buddy Roberts wearing that headgear.
Some of the faces he makes, maybe, is like a little Grinch-like.
The Iceman is offering
For me,
$500
it's always
to whoever can remove
the
that
only thing
wig.
I ever think about Michael Hayes is
Now it's the two big men.
just how young he is. Like I've always
Yeah.
thought he's like, oh, he's 42 here, and it's like, no, he's
Like
20
32.
Yeah, like, he's so significantly younger.
Yeah.
Like because when he's doing like I think I've talked about this last time too. Like when he's doing the Hardy Boys stuff, like he's not even 40.
No, yeah.
His team went to Heart.
In the mid 90s or whatever.
Yeah, it's like what? How is that even possible?
Yeah. Or I guess that was what, maybe late 90s, 99 or something.
2099. Yeah.
Well, he's Doc Hendricks,
Right.
you know,
95.
for a while there.
Yeah. And you could have told me Doc Hendricks. When
Yeah.
you showed up on my screen.
50.
If you easy.
Yeah.
Easy. If you
Yeah.
told me that guy was 50 years old, I'd be like, that checks out.
Right.
And it's like, no, he's actually younger than your world champion. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it was a movement to push the young stars, the young guns.
Could you imagine if they were like the new generation with
Mhm.
Doc Hendricks?
Just like with King Kong Bundy and all the other friggin' guys that came in
King Kong Bundy, yeah.
from WrestleMania
Who-
2.
King Kong Bundy, who was still young.
Younger, yeah.
Yeah. But like in the eye of the consumer, it's like this guy's from like 1985. Like what are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. So the Freebirds have been bounced around here to start us out. Not much control they've had over this match.
A barefoot drop kick.
Yeah, I don't like the bare feet, and Kevin's like the barefoot wrestler guy. I don't get it. He says it's more for like balance and grip, but I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
I totally understand. I think the grip and balance part.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm taking a drop kick from a guy who's barefoot, that's probably going to make me more upset.
Yeah. Is his sweaty feet are hitting you?
Yeah, like oh, this dude's fucking dirty toes are hitting my eyeball.
All right,
Great.
all right. That's fair. That's a fair point. Little insult to the injury, maybe.
Yeah.
There we go. Some good tag work here. Boom. Point of the elbow down in the spine of Kevin Von Erich. Sometimes I think Hayes is a little too goofy to be a heel. You know what I mean?
I get that. The mannerisms.
Yeah. It's just like, really, dude?
Look out, Gordy said something wrong.
Now remember, this has got extra heat on it, Kerry and Gordy, because Gordy's the one who smashed the cage on Kerry's head. Cost him the title.
And that was over 6 months ago.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Trying to rip
Also,
off the headgear.
yeah, Bill Mercer mentioned on commentary here, Bob, that Iceman King Parsons currently has a $500 bounty on Buddy Roberts' headgear. So if you can rip it off and get that wig off, Parsons is paying you $500.
That seems like not a lot of money.
Well, listen, dude. When front row tickets are 10, 7, $5, 500 is a friggin' lot.
Right, I get that. So usually like, the bounties I see,
Just $10,000.
well, it's like 100 grand. Like, oh, let's break this
Yeah.
guy's leg for 100 grand.
Right.
Okay, that seems like worthwhile.
Right.
I'm gonna see now. We need you guys to break Tito Santana's leg. I will give you $300
Right.
if you do it.
So I just did the math. According to Google, $500 in 1983 is the equivalent of about $1,700 in 2026.
Okay, so like if in 2026 you're like, Bob, go rip that guy's headgear off, and I'll give you that. I'd probably do.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I would probably try. Oh, Terry just pinned one of them.
Yeah. And again, in the midst of chaos, we got a
Absolute
random
chaos.
pinfall. Yeah.
Oh, that headgear is like a boxing headgear.
Yeah. And the rumor is that the front of it, when he's headbutting guys,
Oh, it's loaded. Right?
is loaded. Yeah. With like a piece of sheet metal or some shit.
And which one was the?
Dave, I believe, suffered the pinfall here.
David's the ugly.
Yes.
There you go.
Comparatively to the other two, yes. I just love that the Von Erichs two are all three in different, like, bright colors: yellow, powder blue, and green.
Well, I appreciate that because then I can tell which one.
Yeah, you know who's who.
Yeah.
The Von Erichs are down by one fall, and the Freebirds love it.
So they keep the ugly one in there, even though
Against Terry, who was tagged in at the time of the loss as well. Now, personally, when it comes to 2 out of 3 falls matches, I really don't like the hard reset of the match. Because I just think it really breaks the flow of things. You know, you're on this momentum, you're building this match, and then, okay, let's build another one. I would much rather just pick up where the first fall left off.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of probably the point of the best 2 out of 3 falls, that each fall is a different match?
Yeah, and you start off relatively even again, and you try it again, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the hard reset like that. I think as a fan, it's kind of like, now we got to wait around, you know what I mean? Oh, that was exciting. Oh, we got to see it again. See what happens.
So you don't have patience.
No, I want it to roll right through.
just want it to
Continue
roll.
that chaos, baby. Keep it ramping up. Don't bring me back down.
Interesting. See, I don't mind it because like then you build.
You build
the
it back up.
anticipation.
Yeah. For the third fall, that'll inevitably happen.
Yeah, because I don't think the Freebirds will win 2-0.
No.
Here comes Terry, and they both got him across the triple drop kick.
That gets the fans going crazy. The old Von Erich triple drop kick. We love that.
With one set of bare feet.
Yeah. I was trying to decode why Dave's wearing powder blue and dark blue, and he usually doesn't have stars on the side of his boots. I'm thinking he's going for like Dallas Cowboys vibes.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because this isn't his typical look here.
1, 2, and he kicks out. Holy cow.
And then you were saying Terry Gordy's like 19 here?
He's so young. Let me see again. He might just be 21. Let me see.
Regardless, I mean, it's pretty young.
Yeah, 21. So, Yeah, you're just able to legally drink, and you've been main eventing wrestling cards for the better part of 6 months.
And Roberts with a drop kick attempt, but David grabbed a hold of the rope.
As one of the territory's top heels.
Here comes refreshed Kerry Von Erich, and he's ready to go.
Carry on fire.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch here, Kerry and Buddy Roberts.
Hayes thinking in, and Kerry's there and waiting. Look out, here we go. Boom.
Double headbutt
Here's Gordy trying to come in now. Kerry's
with the
thinking
loaded
about
headgear,
everybody.
mind you.
Now it's total mayhem. Every man's involved. Here comes Roberts now.
This is typical freaking Dallas, Texas. It's just knockdown, drag out. Who knows who's tagged in?
Almost mayhem
Freaking
inside.
just chaos.
There's a falling elbow by Roberts. They're over near the ropes. The count of two. and Kerry kicks out.
2.
Ooh, and Hayes wanted that one over from his position on the floor. Ooh, here's Gordy now.
The crowd is just screaming the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, this is a big deal. Freebirds Von Erichs. This is a big deal. Oof.
And the same way for the fans.
Cold cocked him.
Kevin chases Hayes out. Roberts is sneaking in with a knee over there. Gordy's got Kerry down. This is hard to keep up with. Oh, and he drops him over that rope.
Kerry's really good at working from underneath. Even though he's a big built guy,
5 minutes to go.
he plays like that victim very well.
The trophy
Well,
waiting underneath the ring
right
side
now
table
he's
for the
still very
winners.
slender. He
Here's
hasn't
the
Yeah.
big
bulked
backbreaker
up to
across
like.
the knee. Here's
Yeah, he
Roberts.
doesn't quite look like a balloon animal yet.
Oh, David Manning and Roberts come right on him. Carry across. Here's Hayes with a bear hug.
It's your favorite move, Bob.
Hayes with that
The
paralyzing
devastating
super
bear hug.
Yeah. The staple of 1980s wrestling.
Yeah.
You never see a good bear hug these days.
David Manning carefully
Well, because
checking
people
in.
don't have the attention span for a 4-minute bear hug.
This huge crowd is chanting, "Go,
You know, I
how many
think-
people would turn the channel on network television?
You know what I think
Okay.
killed the bear hug? When the Yeti was humping Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I think that was the end of the bear hug.
Yeah, they sandwiched them.
Yeah. Wasn't he shaking his arms?
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Weird.
Here's the tag. Here comes Hayes again.
I think rest holds in general are kind of
Yeah, you don't see too many of them, do
passe.
you? Yeah.
Look at Kerry forcing Hayes back. Hayes trying to restrain.
Kevin is so desperate to get tagged in, he was literally up over the top rope, hanging there.
No. The Freebirds distracted him. Manning gets hit. Here's a double arm clothesline.
I don't.
Carries down
Did
the
David
top.
even technically get tagged?
I don't-
Technically he got tagged.
I think so, but the ref is saying he didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
David Manning has
We didn't get a good shot of it, to be fair. The Freebirds, though, have really turned things around here. Because they were getting their butts kicked the first match. Then they pin them, and they've been on a roll since.
Now Kerry.
Oh my god, he could be using that loaded headgear.
Yeah.
Roberts comes over and
Oh, he
nails
clobbered
David.
Dave right off the apron.
Kevin will put a drop kick on Hayes who was coming in. Now he'll take care of Gordy. This is unbelievable.
Oof.
Double clothesline.
Yeah. Oh, and Kevin's got a claw on. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see the formula.
That was good. That was good. That was another chaos pin, but that was
There's
good.
there's always chaos around. It's almost as if they do that to not keep all the focus on the guy getting pinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
All 6 men involved.
So it's 1-1, Bob. Who is taking the trophy home tonight?
Minutes and 13 seconds, the Von Erich.
That follows 7 minutes.
To draw it even, but David Manning
All right, I think the Von Erichs are gonna win the titles or the trophy.
No, you listen up.
Strap them up.
Matches for the world title. It's tied up 1 fall apiece. There are rules in this match, and that means you tag in and out. I'm not going to go for 6 men in this ring at one time. Any more outbursts like this, I don't care how important this match is, I will disqualify the party that's involved.
Oh, great. So this guy's going to end up disqualifying them because they're going to go crazy.
David Manning's pissed.
Bronco Lubitsch to come to the ring so we can have 2 referees for this ball.
All right.
He wants 2 referees.
Yeah, he's having a hard time controlling this one,
Yeah.
so he needs Bronco Lubitsch in there too. Bronco Lubitsch is a spry 156 years old.
I was going to say, he asked for the oldest other referee.
He's the senior official here, Bob.
Yeah. You know who would have loved this is Gorilla Monsoon or Jim Ross.
Oh my God.
I think we should have 2 referees when there's multi-man matches.
I think we need 2 of them in there, Jess.
Yeah.
Of course you do, Monsoon.
Well, here comes Bronco Lubitsch. There's Terry. Like I say, the Von Erichs aren't upset about this.
Are the referees both going to be in the ring? There's one on the floor.
That's what it seems like. It seems like he wanted them both in the ring.
I would hate that.
Bronco pushes all the Freebirds
Who
away.
refs?
Right, who counts the pin? Right.
We're not going to put up with this, he says.
That just tells you some chicanery is probably going
There is
to
something going on.
occur here.
Many of the fans standing.
Whoa, Buddy brought in the hard way here. We're getting started.
I swear. Okay, so I'm going to assume
They
here.
haven't sounded the bell.
This could be some bullshit. Some dusty. I already feel myself getting pissed. I think that this is my prediction. I've never seen this. I don't know. I don't know anything. Oh, reverse elbow.
Yeah, Kerry's been using that a lot lately. It's cool. I like it.
I think that David Manning
Yeah.
is going to get knocked down. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
The Von Erichs are going to pin Buddy.
Sure.
And then Manning is going to get up and be like, I got knocked down.
DQ.
DQ. But however, in a DQ, the title doesn't change hands.
Sure.
So Von Erichs, you win, but you don't win the title.
That sounds like a very world-class finish if I had to think
Oh my
of
God.
one.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Well, and here's the deal. I kind of fault Ken Mantell, the booker. I think Ken Mantell's notorious for this kind of prolong. Because don't forget, the NWA has nothing to do with this match. There is no reason why they wouldn't be able to change title hands tonight. So they can't blame the NWA. I think Ken Mantell, as opposed to like a Gary Hart, who was booking before Ken Mantell, I think Ken Mantell has this thing with like not great finishes. He's not a good finish guy.
Yeah. I love how Dusty Rhodes thought of the Dusty finish.
Yeah.
It worked one time fantastically.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, baby, what if we do it every night? Every time, every TV show, just do it. Baby, the fans just won't see you coming.
We never gonna have a clean winner, baby.
Never
Never.
have a clean finish, baby. Go to the pay window. Baby, we go to pay window, and you never gotta lose, baby. It's a dusty finish, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a shame, and it's so 80s, like especially.
Well, here's our famous bear hug here too.
Yeah.
No, my favorite thing is when they do the title change, and then the next show, like TV show, they're just like, by the way, decision reversed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't count.
Right.
Never happened.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
Or there's one instance where there's just blatant cheating, and then like the authority figure will be like, referee decision stands. Unfortunately, that's how it goes.
Right.
And and then 2 matches later, a different heel does it, and it's like, whoa, restart the match.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
What?
Yeah, that's a good
What are
point.
you talking about?
So Kerry's really getting worn down here, Bob.
Yeah, he sure is.
Kevin and David rallied the crowd.
The fans have not stopped cheering, though.
No,
Dude, they
for an
love
entire
this.
half hour.
They love this.
Trying to.
And these are big stars. I mean, to have all these guys in the ring at once is a big deal because, like I said, for the last couple months, you do not get this. You don't get all of them. Or you get 2-on-2. Or again, there's a strange bedfellows freaking partner swapped in.
Yeah. Well, I think also, I mean, in 1983, there's nothing really that can distract you in the crowd
Right.
compared to like now. I mean, these bear hugs, I'd be inclined to be taking my phone out. What's going on Twitter?
Scrolling Twitter. Yeah, that's a good point too.
But like in 1983, what else can I really do?
Right.
Nothing.
You paid your hard-earned $3 to be here.
I worked 6 hours for this $3 ticket.
Exactly. Yeah, you're damn right.
And it's a knee and a pin. Look out.
All right, Kerry's fight. He's surviving here.
It's Hayes against Carey.
Look at how sweat-soaked Michael Hayes' hair is. Usually it's like big and puffy. It's like all slicked down in spaghetti string.
Yeah, it is.
Kevin did not get a tag. Did he get a tag in?
I don't. Well, there's that barefoot fucking dropkick. No, I don't think there was a tag, and there's 2 referees
Yeah.
to be watching these tags.
No, he's
The ref,
blocking it.
He's worthless.
He's blocking the claw here.
No, he's clawing his lower midsection.
Yeah, the dreaded abdominal claw.
I don't know if that would really hurt.
When Carrie's ripping phone books in half and smashing apples, it looks like it might hurt.
There's Gordy Snick again, but Kevin hasn't let go. The Iron Claw unique to the Von Erichs.
It's unique to the Von Erichs. Forget Baron Von Raschke.
Okay, so I think in this right there, the 2 referees are both asking Hayes if he gives up. Shouldn't the other referee be making sure that no one's getting up?
You would think, like, yeah, you're doing something else.
Yeah, I don't know why they're both.
You're keeping eyes where I don't have eyes, basically.
Right. Yeah. This Hugo guy driving me nuts.
Oof.
Drive across the throat and neck.
Bronco, I think you mean, Bob. Bronco.
I thought. What did I say, Hugo?
Yeah. Although he can pass for a Hugo, he looks like a Hugo.
He looks like a Hugo.
Yeah. Even Kevin's looking a little gassed here, and he's the in shape one.
Oh, dude,
man.
I swear to God, there it is, dude. There it is. There's my
Boy.
ref bump.
Oh boy.
He's gonna freaking DQ David. Oh my God. There it was. Hopefully we don't get a disqualification.
Yeah. And if you notice, all the guys are back in the ring again, which they said they're not going to put up with.
Right. And fucking Bronco has done nothing to stop
No,
it.
yeah, he's useless.
Kevin tripping Hayes.
Oh, Kevin's been using this as a finish here.
Oh my God, he's doing a barefoot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, turning crossbody.
Bronco.
He counted it? Wait, David Manning's in the ring.
Okay, not Hugo. Bronco is in the corner. Oh, yeah, Manning, he counted it. Or no. Or is he clarifying? I think he's going to go clarify right now that he didn't.
I don't know. They're still kicking his ass as they got the trophy in the ring. No, I mean, it looks like both referees are saying that they won.
Straight up. It's straight up.
The Freebirds' most prized possession has been taken away. Look out, Gordy.
What the hell was that?
Gordy just threw the ring steps in.
Oh, I thought it was a trash can. I was like, what was that? Hayes is throwing a friggin' fit out there.
is really getting wild. Well, Kevin Von Erich was down on the side of the ring, and he reached up and grabbed the Freebird, causing him to fall.
Okay.
A move we've seen the Freebirds usually get away with before. David Manning came off the floor, gave us the count of 3, and the Von Erich.
Hey, it's the 4th of July. You send him home happy, right?
David is so goofy.
Yeah.
All right. So that wraps up that.
What do you think I gave that one, Bob?
I mean, it was I was entertained by it. I would say at least 3 stars.
I did, yeah. So I gave that one 3 stars. To see the Von Erichs on a Star Wars card get a victory that isn't turned over or reversed or they don't get it at all or whatever.
Yeah.
Forget the other 2 falls. They win, they get the trophy, and they're at the end celebrating. That alone, you got to just be like, oh, finally, they can win a big match. Holy shit. So yeah, I gave that one 3 stars. I don't think necessarily the ring work was all that great. But the fans were super into it and it kept our attention for the most part.
Yeah, no, I thought that was it was definitely an entertaining match.
And I think
hot crowd can make or break you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And really with the feud that they've painted for these 6 guys, it kind of has to be this, chaos, brawl, I'm not waiting sort of deal. So I think given the tone and given the setting and given the atmosphere, I think this is pretty much exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did. I gave that one 3 stars. And unfortunately, Bob, that's where this Star Wars card ends for us. We only have the 2 matches to go over. I know we got pretty spoiled in the international Star Wars card because we got to see everything, including the Japanese matches.
Yeah.
How do you feel this one kind of stacks up in terms of delivering maybe with these 2 matches? Do you feel these 2 matches delivered for the most part, or do you feel like fans would have been left like, ugh, I wish we got a little bit more out of this one?
No, I mean, getting the Von Erichs title win, that alone probably would make it worthwhile, because in the history of anything I've seen, it's always like, oh, so close, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But so to get a moment there where it's decisive too. I mean, they pinned the guy. Like, it's not
Right.
a schmaz or whatever.
Right.
So that's pretty good. And then, I don't know. I don't know if I would be going into the Brody Kamala match really thinking that there's going to be a winner.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
I mean, you got your blood.
You just want to see them fight.
Yeah. I
know?
think, yeah. And then, how that played out with double disqualification or whatever, no contest,
Yeah.
would make you inclined to see it again, because then you're like, okay, well, now that they've gotten the first one out of the way,
Right.
maybe now the second time there could be a little bit more to it. So yeah, no, I would say that this definitely delivered for sure.
Do you throw a stipulation on the next Bruiser Brody Kamala encounter? Is there a cage match in the future for that?
So for me,
Or do you think they don't need it?
I wouldn't put him in a cage. I think at least not yet. What I would do is, doing how they did it is fine. I think I would put heat on Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
So like the next one, I would have Kamala like lose by disqualification, whatever.
Sure.
The second one would have a stipulation attached to it, like a no disqualification, whatever the case is, and you can have Brody win that one.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to do a cage, that could be your fourth blow off.
Sure.
And then assuming that Brody would win that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine so. I would imagine wherever direction they're going, Brody will come out kind of on top at some point. But yeah, I think this my whole takeaway from this Independence Day Star Wars is it was more or less just maybe a feel good show. You know, again, it's for this local market. Send them home happy with a nice Von Erichs win. They're hoisting the trophy. And I'll tell you the other thing, I feel like these matches flew by. Now, granted, the first video we watched was only about 10 minutes, but that second video we played was over 30, and it did not feel like that to me.
Right.
So maybe that's another thing. You know, you're getting this show. I don't know if they're doing this like middle of the day, 2 o'clock, or if they're doing this at 5 o'clock bell time. I would think not, because again, you're going out to fireworks and doing other stuff. But I do feel like maybe the show as a whole kind of flew by if we had been there in the arena, which is never a bad thing either. I mean, again, you're going there for a holiday event, you know. Um, just a unique kind of departure from the, you know, hey Bob, this time you're here, we got 12 matches, they're all here, we're able to watch all of them. Or it's like a sentimental send off for Fritz and the retirement show. Christmas Star Wars, you got this big cage finally, Flair and Carrie are going to be in there for the world title. This to me feels a little bit more, let's just have fun with this show.
Sure.
And I think that comes across. So, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what we were able to see. It does suck that some of the matches we mentioned at the top of the show we don't get to see. But if they ever pop up, we'll circle back and do them again. But for now, Bob, that's all I got for you for 4th of July Star Wars.
Fantastic. I had a good time, and hopefully I will be brought back again.
Yes, I'm sure you will be, and I'm not quite sure when the next Star Wars event is. But whenever that happens to pop up, even if it's Turkey Day,
See,
Thanksgiving.
now I know how this plays out because there's been many instances where I've gone on dates with women and they're like, "Yeah, I mean, I just don't know the next time I'm free." And it's like, I will never see you again in my life. So
Well, I assure you,
this is a wrap, folks. It's over.
no, I assure you that is not the case here. But
Okay.
nonetheless, thank you again for joining me. And is there anything that you should be plugging on your way out here? Obviously, wrestlingrecaps.com.
Yeah, wrestlingrecaps.com. The TNA Cross the Line podcast with Dallas.
Sure.
Course, he would want me to throw that out there. Of course, if you want to listen to our old podcast, IcoPod, that is on it's on YouTube.
Yeah, right here on YouTube.
ICOPOD.
Yep.
We had watched every show, well, every Raw from 93 through 96, including the pay-per-views and stuff like that.
Yep.
A bunch of bonus episodes and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's that.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Bob. And until next time, until next Friday with you guys here right on World Class Retrospective, I will see you then.